Hello, I am Jamie Buckland with the West Virginia FEW Families United for Education. I'm talking with my friend Kim from CoLearn. Kim and I have talked before, so we're kind of reintroducing her to our West Virginia families, but we have exciting news to share with families who are looking for some homeschool support. So Kim, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about CoLearn, and then we will get into what you have to share with us today.
Great. Hi, Jamie. It's good to be here again. We're really excited at CoLearn to serve the families of West Virginia. CoLearn is a really great home education support program. So I am a homeschooling mom, and the rest of the staff, we're all homeschoolers, and we just love homeschooling families, and we're here to support them.
I love it. Okay, great. So tell us your announcement. How is CoLearn responding to the recent events with Hope Scholarship and trying to support these families?
So over at CoLearn, we have been so excited about the Hope Scholarship and serving the families of West Virginia. And when we heard the news, we didn't want that to stop, the families from receiving our services. So we've offered all of the families in West Virginia who were planning to use the Hope Scholarship free access to the whole CoLearn program. So we're really excited to announce that today.
I am so excited as well. Even for my own family, as I was saying before we went live here, I just this morning was talking with a friend about my fifth grader learning to type and being able to really focus on that skill this year, Introduction to Typing. So that's one of the programs that comes with this access. So let's just jump in, and you can explain what this looks like to have access, the free access part for families who are looking to educate at home this year.
Okay, great. Well, I'll just introduce myself a little bit more. My name is Kim. I have 5 children, been homeschooling for about 15 years. So it's been a fun, wild ride. I have 2 that have graduated college as homeschoolers, and then 1 leaving for college in a couple weeks, and I'm really sad, but I still have 2 at home, so that's exciting. And at CoLearn, we're just really, really here to empower families. We believe that parents know what's best for their kids, and we're here to give you the tools that you need to make your world a classroom. So we're really big on empowering parents to be co-educators, student choice. Every student in our school, in our program, has an individualized learning plan. So it doesn't look the same for each student, just like no 2 children are the same. We really want to individualize a program that's based on your specific child's interest and needs and your family's educational philosophy, which we'll get into in a couple slides up. But we're just here to really empower you to do what's best for your family. And one of the things that you get when you come to CoLearn is you are matched with a homeschool support coach. So that coach is a credentialed teacher with a background in homeschooling. So it kind of gives you the peace of mind that you're working with a credentialed teacher. They know the standards. They know what your child needs in each grade level. So you don't have to wonder, oh, am I doing enough, or am I hitting all the marks? Your coach is there to help you. For homeschoolers who have been doing it for a long time, your coach may look different than someone starting out. So someone starting out might need their coach to help them set up their program and set a schedule and find curriculum. And then another homeschool family who's maybe been doing it for 10 years or whatever the case may be just might need that coach to be there as a personal cheerleader to help them to just stay in the game. Here's some tips, if you're feeling burnt out or that kind of thing. We're just here to customize your specific experience based on your family. So it's not a one-size-fits-all coaching program at all. It's just customized for your family.
I have one thought to add to that, Kim, that I am recognizing more and more as this work expands, and that is that as homeschooling continues to kind of evolve, if you will, the traditional homeschool family wasn't necessarily too reliant on outsourcing. And so now we're seeing that homeschooling is serving different families with different backgrounds and different schedules. And one thing that I'm seeing is that often you have a family that may just homeschool for 1 year. Maybe it meets that child's needs that 1 year. And they do care about the standards if they're they're going back into a classroom setting through a private school or a public school, you know, I used to talk to families who said, don't even look at the standards, or veteran homeschool moms who would say, we don't care what the state says. We know what our kids need to learn. And I think that that's true for families who are planning to maybe homeschool all the way through. They're not so concerned about how the standards will influence their schedules for their children. But if we have a family that has a student that may be going back to school next year, they want to know, how will this transfer back into the school setting and what will that look like? So I love that you brought that up, because I think that it is going to help families that have that need.
Right, exactly. And then another great thing that comes with our package is you have access to all of these curriculum and supplemental programs. So when you enroll with CoLearn, you have logins to every one of these programs. And the great thing is, for a homeschooling family, you can't go to the most of these and sign up on your own. So you have to be a part of a school with a school license. And so we provide that license with your, so your family can log in. And some of these programs are just really, really cool, like Minecraft education. A lot of our families just love, or Robotify, Typing Agent. I mean, there's so many great ones. And then if your kids are still, you know, learning to read, Reading Eggs, Alexia are really, really great for that.
I love that. Well, of course, my family is excited about the Minecraft,
Okay.
because my rising kindergartner is not so excited about being a new homeschooler, about having to put aside his wants and desires for his days for what someone else has planned for him. He's not too excited about that. So I'm looking forward to working in the Minecraft curriculum with him, because that is something that he loves and it's an interest that he has. And I don't know how to do it. I can't help him with that. So he needs outside support. That needs to be outsourced for the Buckland family.
That's cute. Yeah. And another program that we just added that isn't on the slide is Me Academy. I know that's really popular for a lot of families.
Okay.
That's an option as well. Okay, and then here's my favorite one. We have over 20 live classes and clubs going on all throughout the week. These are enrichment-based classes, so we have book clubs going on. We have a Minecraft math class that's taught live by a teacher. All of these classes, the reason that I love them so much is because you have a small group of kids in a class with a teacher. It's very interactive. It's designed to be a place that your kids can make friends and interact with other kids and really have that sense of socialization and a sense of belonging to a group. So it's not a lecture where the teacher does all the talking and the children aren't allowed to speak. It's very interactive. So we have a podcast creators club where the students all create a podcast together. We have a newspaper staff, which is so cute because we have different students interviewing people in their communities or interviewing each other, and they create this great newsletter once a month. We have a really amazing art teacher who has a whole art program that she just developed and is launching this year. So there's just so many great options, wellness. Just sky's the limit. I can't read, my mind's blanking out. There's more that are on this list that we've added to the schedule. So it's really exciting.
Well, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, for those who maybe have homeschooled for a while, they're already probably able to assess, okay, well, we would like to be a part of that. Don't know that if we'd be a part of this, kind of sorting through what will check the boxes for them and maybe what won't. But for a new homeschooler, which we have a lot of those families that this is new to them, I would just refer back to where we began with that homeschool coach. They're going to be connected to someone who can help explain what classes are being offered, what the clubs are, so that they're not just, going in without any information. They're going to be connected to someone that can help them navigate this.
Yep, exactly. This is a really fun little slide that we have for our students in Arizona. We recently launched a program this past year in Arizona, and we provided a ton of on-the-ground field trips, and we would love to do the same for West Virginia. So it just depends on how many sign up, but we'll have someone on the ground planning field trips. And we really like to create experiences with venues that you couldn't really get if you were just going in as a parent and paying a fee at the door. We work with different venues to create a customized field trip experience for our kids, and that's one of my favorite things about CoLearn. And we also have virtual field trips going on. Even this summer, we've been doing them all throughout the summer. We've done a live around the world series. So we had a family in India who was a homeschooling family that moved there to animation school, and they built their own house out of shipping containers. So they did a field trip for us and showed us around how they built their house, and around they have a little farm, and they talked about what they're doing in India. And then we've had live with Jungle Jill, and she's an animal expert who brought in all of her animals. And we went to the Country Music Hall of Fame, all kinds of places that you couldn't access if you were, not traveling. So we like to just really bring experiences to our families around the world in different places that they can experience live. They can interact with the presenter and the other kids and ask questions. It's not a static field trip. And we're just excited to keep bringing that throughout the school year.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you are a homeschooler who understands your family's path, what educational philosophy you're doing, we're here to empower you in that. We have a lot of Charlotte Mason families, unschoolers, Waldorf, classical, just the whole gamut. But if you're a new family and you look at this slide and you say, I have no idea what this is just a little representation of different styles of homeschooling. And if you go on Facebook and type in any of these educational philosophies, you'll find tons of groups and tons of things online about in these philosophies, and each one has their own little way of approaching education. So you might not know what your philosophy is, and that's okay. We're here to help you find what's best for your family. And you might be like me. I was just an eclectic mix of all of these pretty much, and I never adhered to one specific style, and that's okay too. You can pick and choose from the best of all of them, but we're here to help you with that and empower you. Yeah. Jamie, do you have a preferred educational philosophy for your family?
Well, I was going to say, what's funny is when our first year in 2007, I took I think it was our first year, I took the Kathy Duffy quiz, that it would pair you with your preferred style. And I think that Charlotte Mason was my top and classical was my last. Like, do not do classical education, and you should try out Charlotte Mason. And so it's funny because our journey, shortly thereafter, we started doing a classical program, and now we've kind of deconstructed that a little bit into Charlotte Mason. I think I was really intimidated for a Charlotte Mason philosophy just because it felt like it wasn't achievable. And so probably just the maturity of homeschooling for a while, I kind of lowered those standards a little bit to say, okay, you got to start somewhere. And so we try to embrace as much as we can from the Charlotte Mason pedagogy and her principles. And that's working for my younger too. That, like I said, we'll see how this kindergartner goes this year. We'll see if he's compliant. I don't know. We'll see.
Yes, and that's the beauty of homeschooling, is that each of your children may work better with a different modality, and that's the beauty of homeschooling, is that you can provide that, and you're not going to get that in a classroom for sure. It's,
right.
One size fits all, and that's all. So
yeah.
And then another thing I love about CoLearn is that we really believe in empowering our families, our parents. So we want our parents to have professional development opportunities just like teachers in classrooms get. But ours are more interesting and fun. I was a teacher for many years, and sometimes the professional development was a little dry. But at CoLearn, we really want to bring in relevant speakers. So we're sourcing, this summer we've had 2 or 3 speakers a week, but in the school year, I think it's going to be more like once a week, where we bring in specialists in different fields. So mental health professionals to talk about how to help your child if they have anxiety, or maybe, just creating a positive mindset or things like that. We've had experts in just helping your child to build a graduation plan so that they can attend the college that they want to go to, or how to create an internship for your child. We have reading specialists, just the sky's the limit. We're bringing in these speakers all the time, and we really want our families to have the opportunity to learn from people to enrich their experience. And then it's also a great time for families to get to know each other. Sometimes homeschooling can feel isolating as a mom, and we just want to create a sense of community for our families so that they feel like they have a network of people that they can source and learn from and grow with.
I love that. Yep, that's great.
This is our amazing CoLearn Planner. I feel like I haven't really even tapped into all that it does. It's evolving every day, where we have a team of designers and tech people on the back end that are improving it and adding more resources. But one of the things I love about the CoLearn Planner is that all of our families have access to this, and you as a parent can go in, set your child's schedule, and then your child on the other end can see their schedule. They can click off different assignments that they've completed. And then if you're thinking like, oh, I knew of a great app for math, or, oh, I wish I had some resources for robotics or whatever it may be, there's a little tab where you can click and type in any subject, any grade level, and it will come up a ton of resources for your family, the best in class resources. So our founder, Michael, he has been an educational investor for many years, and he's been on the ground in a lot of really great companies. So he has relationships with these companies. So it's not just like a generated list of a bunch of things that we don't know about. It's that he knows and stands behind each and every company that we recommend. And a lot of these resources are free. So it's a really, really great thing for families to have at their fingertips.
My daughter is excited about this. I was telling her about, trying to rely a little bit more on this planner. And we have a family iPad that is designated for school and for school use. And I think she's excited about being able to have like her own kind of set aside planner that she can then access and see what her day looks like, because she's turning 11, and she's just at this age where she wants to start taking some ownership of what it looks like. And then I do, because I work full time now, I do have a hired nanny who comes in and helps me with some instruction. And a lot of that communication, I have to be able to make sure that we're communicating, the three of us together, to be sure that nothing is getting lost and those assignments are getting done. So we're going to definitely make good use of the online planner.
That's great. Oh, I love that. Yeah, it's true. Just having the one place that everyone in the family can access, it keeps everybody on track and keeps things organized, which is really important. Okay, so this is just a list of what we offer when you sign up with CoLearn. We also offer diagnostic assessments. Some families love this, other families don't want anything to do with it. So it's up to you. You have access to the iReady, which is an online assessment tool that gives you a printout of whatever standards your child has mastered, what they need to master for their grade level. And then you take it 3 times in the year, and you can have a bench or like see just kind of a good view of your growth for the school year. So that's available to you. You have your one-on-one teacher assigned to your family. You can call or email anytime. And then you have a monthly like formal meeting with access to them at any time. And then you have the supplemental curriculum, the daily live classes and clubs, the field trips, virtual and local, hopefully local soon in West Virginia. And then this amazing community of like-minded families. I just love the families at CoLearn. They're so warm and welcoming. And it's such a great place to wake up every day and come to, because we have such a great just staff and the teachers. Everybody is just so wonderful, and it's amazing. And then we also have a referral. If you have a child that needs speech therapy or OT or whatever it may be, we have a network of online providers that we work with on a daily basis, and we can refer you to them. That would be a separate, a charge from the provider, but you have access to that. So if you're thinking, I don't even know where to begin to get speech therapy or whatever it may be, we can help you with that. Yeah. And that's
okay. So let's talk about all of this information. If you're catching this video and you're thinking, well, where do we start? Everything that Kim has gone over is what you have free access to as someone educating at home that was planning to use the Hope Scholarship this year. you're going to be able to go, and we'll drop this in the chat. You'll go to CoLearn to the enroll, I think, tab, and to get signed up on that, and that will get you access to all of this. Kim, we were also talking about doing a webinar with the families who sign up, maybe sometime in the next couple of weeks to get them acclimated to what we're doing. So we'll try to get that on the calendar so that Kim can work with our families in West Virginia, make sure that they feel equipped, but they're going to get connected with their coach and then be able to figure out what programs look enticing for them. The other thing that I'm thinking is this week, the West Virginia Few, we are launching regional groups, 9 regional groups across the state, so that we can really focus on this in-person, more concentrated efforts to meeting the needs of the families in West Virginia. So what we're excited about is as that launches and the members join those private Facebook groups, then that will be the perfect place for them to get plugged into CoLearn and start planning these field trips. Because I can see now like a group of 10 families who are within 30 to 40 minutes of one another that are signed up and participating with CoLearn, getting together and planning those field trips. So I think it's going to be a great platform for that to get started. And then before we wrap up, I do want to talk about the availability of the Next Step Up that we were talking about before we went live, where a family who maybe is looking to outsource instruction, CoLearn also has something that this would just be supplemental. This free program that we're talking about is not going to take care of math, reading, language, science, and social studies in your full curriculum. But if you are looking for resources for that, Kim, can you talk a little bit about that Next Step Up?
Yeah, so we utilize a curriculum platform called Accelerate Education, and that curriculum, if you are to upgrade to that, it's $1,000 for the school year, and that's through CoLearn. You'll have access to, so instead of a homeschool coach, your child will be matched with an academic coach, and that is a credentialed teacher as well who will oversee their work. It's a good fit for a family who maybe you're working and you can't oversee or do lesson plans at the kitchen table. And this is a great way for your child to get a full education with all the subjects with a teacher overseeing the work so that you as a parent can do what you need to do. And it's all taken care of.
Right. So, and they can find out more about that at CoLearn, and we will drop the link for all of the information that they need in the comments. And Kim, is there anything else that we need to tell families before we wrap up?
No, we would just be so excited to work with your family this year. And if you have any questions or need additional information, you can contact me. I'll put my email in the chat as well. And I'm available for anyone who has questions or just needs to talk about their situation. I can help walk you through it. And if you wanted me to do this little slideshow for your friends or your family, I would love to meet with you one-on-one to do that as well.
Yeah. I'm excited about the potential here. Thank you so much, Kim, and thank you, CoLearn, for investing in the families of West Virginia with this amazing offer in response to us not having access to our Hope Dollars as we had anticipated. This is just going to be an exciting opportunity, free access to all of those services that you see now on the screen. You can go to CoLearn. What is the website specifically? CoLearn.com?
CoLearn.com, and then on the top it'll say our programs. We have several programs, so you'll need to navigate to the Home Education Support tab. That's the program that we're offering to the families of West Virginia.
Perfect. All right, Kim. Thanks so much. I hope you have a great day.
You too. Thanks, Jamie.